coming out from Triggerhappy. Cassidy in general just being a really popular legend as of late because everybody thinks she's so strong. Guns, hammer, and high techs. And we're going to be seeing that in game one between these two players here as Mitchy opens up that recovery. Trigger going in for a weapon, and nice recovery comes out. Second recovery as well. Triggerhappy playing with the hammer still. It kind of gets, he's actually getting punished by a lot of these lands. Mitchy is like reading where Trigger's going, and he's getting all the right punishes, whether it's a neutral light, a nair, whatever have you. And now he's got Triggerhappy in the orange. That recovery sends him beneath the stage.
Trigger has not been able to find the footing, goes for the momentum dodge downlight, but it slides too far after the downlight, not able to follow up. Once again, momentum dodge downlight, but Triggerhappy needs to find that neutral ground. Mitchygitchy just in complete control of the map right now. Loves that shenanigans area.
Ooh, but that recovery!
And the recovery!
That might put Triggerhappy in a bad position, but a smart dive kick. I really like that. He's on the side of the stage. He realizes he's going to be stuck there. Ground pound's a possibility. He dive kicks past it to be able to get beneath the stage and recover through the center. But Mitchy fighting that ground pound, hits him off the side of the stage. Triggerhappy so heavily damaged, and the weapon toss comes out as he jumps. He has to dodge through that one, and a nice side air to recover that ground pound nearly connected. That may have been Mitchy's stock.
Mitchy had such a huge lead starting off, but just the inability to finish off this stock of Triggerhappy has evened up the health just barely. Triggerhappy, though, one touch away from death at any point. Mitchygitchy with complete map control. Triggerhappy gets into the shenanigans, is going to dodge around, picks up nothing because of the weapon toss from Mitchygitchy. That sidelight will give him room. Can he finish off this stock and just completely take the wind out of Mitchygitchy's sails? Weapon toss.
Weapon toss does come up. Nice. Wow, I love that. That was so great.
Charge, pivoting side sig. Triggerhappy takes the stock lead despite the huge health advantage that Mitchygitchy had early on.
And that recovery coming out evens it up, but Mitchy, in my opinion, should not be evening things up. He should be ahead based off how that first stock went. The fact that Triggerhappy was able to bring that back so well shows how much he adjusted at the start of that stock. And going for that stop once again, Triggerhappy going for a lot of the flashy startups, weapon toss upwards into neutral light. Oh no, Mitchy got him on that dodge ground pound. This might be Triggerhappy's stock. No, it's recovered. These recoveries from Mitchy are so excellent. He keeps making forces dodge to get rid of the ground pound. Now a recovery coming up from Trigger. Both players just fighting off stage with these hammers and tossing them beneath each other. Mitchy winning out on the damage trades, though.
Trigger went for the diagonal hammer toss. Sometimes it doesn't go through the soft platforms. And unfortunately for Triggerhappy just there, it went off. The recovery from Mitchygitchy. Triggerhappy's in trouble. Doesn't have the movement. Can't get to the wall.
Yeah, if he went near that wall with that gun recovery, he would have died. And this is suddenly Mitchygitchy's game once again. I think we've seen like 5 off-stage hammer recoveries that put Triggerhappy in a bad position. Mitchy's been so on point with landing that hitbox. But no, the recovery from Triggerhappy!
Oh my goodness!
Oh!
The X-pivot nair into the recovery to even it up immediately. Triggerhappy coming out swinging. And this is what I was expecting out of Triggerhappy. Just some explosive plays, but he's been struggling to find his footing, to be completely honest.
Triggerhappy, I've noticed, is a huge fan of using all of this pivot technology. Whether it's X pivots, regular pivots, slide charging, whatever it is, he likes using strange options to be able to get in and use his opponent. But oh my gosh, a nice recovery downer coming from Mitchy, taking advantage of Thunderguard's shenanigans zone. Has brought Triggerhappy in the orange again, and that ground pound brings him close to the kill percent. As much flashy combos as Trigger's bringing out, he's still losing in the neutral, and another ground pound into a weapon toss. Mitchy's got Trigger on the side of the stage, and this is looking like it's going to be the stock as he gets that recovery. No, he makes it back, but he's so heavily damaged. Can Trigger make it come back again? He did it in the first stock. Let's see if he can do it in the last one.
Fine cleared from Mitchygitchy. Bomb in the air. Triggerhappy's going to catch it. Drops it down. Mitchygitchy going to jump over it, but gets the ground pound, and Triggerhappy's dead.
We saw like 3 to 4 ground pounds hit from the spear near the end there. And Triggerhappy just not being mindful of the fact that when Mitchy was above him, he was throwing out those downward hitboxes. Maybe could have gone for more weapon tosses, could have dodged out of the way. Either way, he doesn't win game 1, and Mitchy does. So that means we might see a legend switch coming out from Trigger.
I think the big thing here is Triggerhappy is going to need a different map. Mitchygitchy was very effective using that shenanigans area and that hammer and just completely controlled all of the edges, whereas Triggerhappy just needed a neutral.
Yeah, like when we saw them off stage, 100% Mitchygitchy was winning. Trigger found a few things, but other than that, it was in mitchygitchy's favors. And even then when he was in shenanigans mode, he used recoveries to be able to bounce his opponent off the stage on the way up and lead it into something like a down air. So now we see that we have a stage that's more of a center, and Triggerhappy switches from Scarlet. So he's going to have a little bit more benefits from weapon tosses because he doesn't have the guns anymore, which is a currently small hitbox, and maybe a little bit more comfortable in the legend in general, as Mitchy was able to take game 1 and opens it up with 2 hammer tosses into a side light.
Triggerhappy has yet to pick up a new weapon after that toss. There's the neutral light, goes for the momentum dodge weapon toss, but not able to do a whole lot. And this is the critical issue of that weapon throw style, is if you throw away your weapon and you don't connect with anything, then you could get weapon star for a little while. Mitchygitchy though, trying to find something. Triggerhappy is in the orange, but he's slowly evening up that health.
Bomb goes out, and sync from Triggerhappy. But yeah, with that weapon throw playstyle, you could say that being weapon starved isn't terrible because you could be good at unarmed, but you can only be so good against a weapon unarmed against a good player. That ground pound coming out. Triggerhappy unarmed and can't recover. Mitchygitchy taking the lead.
I fully expected Triggerhappy to go and just try to recover the safest option possible, which is to the outside of that island. But instead, he wanted to recover back to the platform, and Mitchygitchy there to punish with that hammer ground pound. Right now, Triggerhappy needs to finish off this stock, needs to get a side light into a recovery, side light into a neutral sig, or just a signature, and there it is. But Triggerhappy he minds himself!
How did he throw it? What?
It caught on the island.
Oh.
It fell right on top of it, and that is a huge disadvantage for Triggerhappy.
Triggerhappy's gonna have to bring him to 0 death. Yeah, Mitchygitchy, also winning game 1, which was relatively close, is looking like he's gonna be taking this best of 3 here if Triggerhappy can't get anything in, and Mitchy has the damage lead still, trying to put out these hammer side airs, tossing that aside, gets hit by the tail end of that nair, side airs. That's what Triggerhappy needs. He needs to carry his opponent off stage at this point because he just can't get in. Sidelight, nair, recovery, that's what we're talking about. Triggerhappy trying to make the stock even, knowing that he gave up his stock so early for free.
Trying to find the hit. Mitchygitchy is already in the red. If Triggerhappy can finish off this stock, the lead will be evened. Down air not going to connect. Mitchygitchy's going to play around this island for as long as he has to. He gets back, gets the hammer, and that is going to be trouble. No, he's going to throw it away. And now Mitchygitchy's unarmed. There's a bomb bouncing around, but Triggerhappy able to get outside of it.
So Mitchy, ever since Trigger lost that stock to himself, has barely been able to get in. Finally breaks with the orange. Oh no, the ground pound's hitting once again. Weapon toss stops with the instinct. He doesn't have a dodge. He has to get off the stage. Nice neutral air stops it from getting that offstage combo, but the Sair, mine goes straight high. Mitchy's got the hammer. He can hit Triggerhappy into that bomb, and that will be the stock. Neutral light sends him flying in the red. This is looking bad for Triggerhappy here.
Bomb is gonna connect. Stocks are gonna be even up, but Triggerhappy has to avoid all damage for the rest of the game, and there it is.
Reminiscent of the first stock that Mitchy took from Triggerhappy in game 1, he ends it.